All right, so we've seen the videos going all over TikTok from apparent direct manufacturing plants in China urging Americans to buy directly from them. Everything from knockoff Tide Pods to handbags, just to name a few things there. I think the videos are great, really great PR in that respect of it. It needs to be looked into more, obviously, but I wanted to bring this up. It cut the top off. Sorry, guys, the way I cropped it. This comes from the Washington Post. That'll be important in a minute here. But this article says viral TikToks say to buy direct from Chinese factories. Don't do it. Now, for those that don't know, WAPO, or the Washington Post, is owned by Jeff Bezos. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, that would be the owner of Amazon. Why would he have his newspaper write this article? They do put a line in the article, by the way, that says that Washington Post is owned by Amazon or Jeff Bezos, that kind of deal. So, there are other articles talking about this topic, but this one is the only one saying, don't do it like this, in the headline, right? This seems like panic to a degree on Amazon's part, right? Because if you didn't know, a lot of the products you're getting are coming from Chinese warehouses that, they're a middleman. They are a middleman. And that needs to be looked at, that a middleman is causing the price of your goods to go up. Now, that being said, do you need to be careful buying these goods? Yes and no. If you're buying a handbag, probably not. If you don't care about name brand, you're probably fine. Somewhat. I know that sounds weird, but maybe there's, a chemical on the material. I don't think there is, because we already know these Chinese factories are producing a lot. Now, batteries have been an issue in the past through places like Temu. It's funny this article recommends you buy from Temu, because there have been issues there. It's not really that well quality controlled. This article basically cites that you need something like Amazon. They try to avoid saying Amazon a lot in here. They say middleman, but they mean Amazon. They really want you to use that for your safety. You need these middlemen for your safety. These products could be unsafe and could hurt you. And yes, that's always a risk, but this has happened with American products that have been imported anyway. My advice would be, and I'm not a legal expert, so you take this of your own accord, but my advice would be, let's say you're going to buy the, I think it was $20 for like 1,200 Tide Pods. Don't quote me on that. The numbers have been all over the place. That's the other questionable portion. But let's say you're going to spend the $20 and you're going to get that. Keep in mind, my email goes off. Keep in mind, you're going to be getting tariffs on that. That's still going to happen. And then you're also going to be looking at having to pay additional import fees, shipping, that kind of stuff. It may well be $50-$60 before you get whatever amount of Tide Pods knockoffs you're after. Okay. But let's say you go through all expense, and it can still be a good deal. Not going to say it's not, because looking at what you pay for washing tablets or soap here compared to what you can get it for, what they're offering, it may be an absolutely great deal. And I'll tell you what you can do with that in a bit. But what you may want to do to test out is, one, do a load with that soap. Make sure it doesn't damage your clothing, because they could be more acidic. There could be something that's going to eat your clothing. Make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure it doesn't mess up your washer. These are going to be important steps you need to take for your own safety and going further. Beyond that, take a regular laundry detergent pack and maybe rub some on your skin, on your arm, your forearm, and see if you have an allergic reaction. If you don't, try that with the other one and see if you do, because that'll be a lot better than having to put clothes on you just washed in those, right? Similar steps can be taken with other products. Just do those things to make sure you're safe. If you're of a business mindset and you'd like to make money by reselling this, which you fully legally have the right to do, make sure that you get an LLC. Again, this isn't legal advice in a professional capacity. This is just a guy talking on the internet, but get an LLC to protect yourself. Make sure that you're handling the proper paperwork and do any testing that needs to be done to make sure the products are safe. That's what I would advise. You can probably skirt that at your own risk if you decide to do local sales through local marketplaces. Again, that is up to you, but don't be surprised if they start shutting those off after a while. So make sure you're making good local groups and protect yourself. I don't think that middlemen are going to be something, not in the scale anyway, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, if you're selling it yourself, aren't you the middleman? Yes and no. As long as you're not making the markup as crazy as some of these companies, I think you're going to do a lot better, and it's better for people. If I had the resources, I'd be importing this wholesale myself, and I'd be selling it as of a business to people. There are plenty of business models that can work if you can buy direct from suppliers and not have to be marking up extremely high. But that's exceptionally difficult. So anyways, yeah, this is a thing. It's there. I did send an email out to one of the people advertising the laundry tabs. I haven't heard anything back yet. Not sure if that's good or bad. I sent that out today, so we'll see what happens. Today is the 22nd. So we'll see where that goes. But once that comes through, we're April 22nd, by the way. Sorry, I noticed I just said the day. But we'll be seeing where that goes. If I don't get anything back, I'll let you know. If I get something back, I'll let you know what they say and see what the total costs are to let you know. But yeah, maybe I'll do a video series on that if I can pull the money together. I don't know what the cost is. I'm assuming it's going to be fairly expensive or just out of reach. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think below and what products you may have looked at. You're already kind of buying direct through the TikTok shop anyway. That's already been a thing people have been doing. Some American products, like the peanut butters and stuff. Others are not, like the toys. So yeah, let me know what you guys think below. And yeah, it's very interesting to see Amazon having their newspaper write this article. It's kind of funny.